So it's kind of a venue. So you see here, now you see the house.
Oh my God, it's so
You
cool.
see it? This is the house. And I made, well, we're doing murals every year. We change murals. And God, I'm looking at how I'm holding this camera. So this house, I added literally a sculpted a sculpted nose. You see from
Oh
the
wow.
side, actually, yeah, I sculpted a 10-foot tall nose, and it's on the house now.
That is so
And
cool.
so, yeah, so we have every year we have a mural painting. Um, Once a year we change the murals on the house. So this is a mural here of Caitlin Noel, and this mural here, I painted it. Let me see how you see it. There it is,
So
augmented
cool.
now. And in the back, we have my son painted graffiti. I'm gonna even go
Ah,
further away so you can see the whole thing.
that-
So in the back, we have graffiti because in Detroit, like in many other places, they issue fines if they see graffiti on anything. So I
yeah.
have it in the back, but now I'm also doing a really big project. So here, there's my son with the bottom is short. Can you see it in the
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah. It looks amazing. I didn't know he
and
was a
then
graffiti writer.
oh yeah, and he's in Bushwick
Oh wow. How come
and
I
he
didn't know that?
writes. Yeah, he writes short right now.
Oh
It has
man.
it started with stink
Ah, he could have done
because
something
of his
too.
stinky the stinky socks.
Ah, oh my God, that's funny.
And the other friend there, God, my finger. Okay, I see it now. This friend
Yeah.
is Germo.
Thermal.
Germo is a Detroit writer, and they're good friends.
Oh, cool.
And then let me go to, and you see the forest behind me? That's my little wooded area.
That's so
And
cool.
I have all this land. This mural here is a Detroit artist, and he
Beautiful.
signs as what does he sign as? Uh, yeah, it's a Detroit artist, and he's done already. That's his second mural. Um, I am doing this year. I'm actually doing the like a wraparound because this house with the face and the nose,
Yeah.
it's gonna get now ears on the side. I'm gonna do both
Oh, I just
sides and
noticed the
add.
lips. I didn't
Yeah, and
know the
they
lips
gotta
were
be
so
sculpted.
cool.
I'm a little bit. I'm kind of, you know what? I am between Salvatore Dali and Hundertwasser. Do you know Hundertwasser?
I don't, but I love
I'm going to
Salvador
send you
Dali.
pictures.
Yes,
I'm
please.
going to send you pictures as reference and Hundertwasser. So I'm going to keep turning around and show you what we have here. This is another artist. So we do paint parties here, and I let
Oh,
people
cool.
paint wherever they can claim space. Like this piece, for example, and behind me, I don't let people paint over because I love it so much.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But it all keeps varying. This is an artist that also sells like spray cans, and he came for an event. I'm having fun here.
Yes, you
This is
are.
and and I bought this house really cheap.
I love that you did that. I remember you were so excited when you bought it because there was a
Yeah,
lot of it's a lot of action happening in Detroit at the time.
yeah. And so let me show you my dream kitchen. And I actually did copy this the Gloomy Bear by Maury Chak, and this is already old. I had his work in my gallery. This Gloomy Bear vandalizes his owner, and here Gloomy Bear vandalizes Hello Kitty. So it's like the pet owners, cat lovers, cat owners kind of situation that we get scratched and bloody, and we still love our pets.
Yeah, we do. Oh my God, I love
Yeah.
Gloomy Bear. That's
So yeah,
Sunday morning to wake up to Gloomy Bear.
well, this is my kitchen,
I
but
love
yeah,
it. So is everywhere in the house painted?
yeah. I'll go upstairs too, and actually downstairs, I put in two stalls of toilets in the basement so that we have enough toilets when we have events with a lot of people. And so I wanted to have enough toilets, and those stalls are also painted. This
That's
is a new piece that came on. There was an event here on Friday, and
wow.
the one guy painted here, and this is another wall actually. So yeah, with the paint parties, we threw paint here, all thrown paint. Now this one is new. I totally love this door. I have no idea who painted it because when you have like a bunch of people painting, you can't like supervisors see everything. So I have
Yeah.
no idea who painted this. So
It's like,
that's what we have.
I love it. That's amazing. Wow. What a
Yeah,
special thing to do for people there. They must love you.
yeah. And actually, you know how it is when you do great stuff. There are people that absolutely love it, and then you will always find people that also totally hate you because you're doing something so cool.
Right. You
You know,
and when you
that's
say
just how it
people,
goes.
oh, so like it's not like you have a problem with neighbors. It's like other artists that are like jealous of the fact that you thought of doing this
Envious,
and
exactly.
yeah,
But
yeah, envious.
that's an you know if you understand the laws of nature, if you're in the middle, if you're in the middle, you're like bland. If you're in the middle, you're like safe and there's not much emotion. When you do polarized things, when you do something extremely good or extremely bad, like in that sense, like you know the sinus cosinus curve, where everything keeps going up and down to both polar
Yeah,
extremes,
yeah,
and it in the end makes one broadband vector.
yeah.
And so I understand. I've understood this already for a long time that I am the person that will be loved or hated. So
Well, I'm sure more loved, hopefully. I like that piece behind you. I like that piece behind you on the wall. What is that? Is that a sculpture? This,
that's a painting that a girl did that I met through a collective, and her name is Jen, but she goes by. Can you see? Okay, let me see how it shows here. Sin
oh, wow.
Sinom Art. So her name is Jen, and that's her tag.
Beautiful.
Sinom Art. And she does, yeah, she does. She painted this after a mask that she found,
Oh, yeah, that's
and
what I was
she
gonna
kind of
say. It looks
has,
like a mask. Yeah, that's so cool.
yeah, and her I saw her mask. It's almost like a deer skull with horns and stuff and things on it. So she painted that.
Okay, so the first question was if you had to describe your creative journey in one word right now, what would it be?
I tried to think about it, and I don't think I have one word.
Oh, it's okay.
But my creative journey or process has always been I paint and draw since I'm 4.
Wow.
And my mom is a painter and she's still alive, but she has Alzheimer's and is going to leave soon. But my mom was my main, let's say, inspiration and leader because you know you grow up with art and art making around the house, and so
Yeah.
you like grow into it. But you can also, it's not that that was the only thing. What I always have understood is that when like you ask the question, why are you so driven? What drives you to have this extreme urge to create and um, paint, draw, sculpt, sew, do performance, like all that, all the art expressions. What is it? Why we have such an urge to do it? It's not that we're trying to complete a task or a chore to win some awards or anything. No, we can't sleep if we don't do it. So this urge, I I asked, or people ask me, what drives you, and I'm going like, it's just there. This urge is there, and I came to understand that some people that have this extreme need to or drive of needing to express and work on pieces, we basically are mediums. And I came to understand, I used to say we have antennas and we pick up something that's coming to us from the universe and we're translating. And this is not an easy process. It's a very difficult way of living when you have to process and translate or like work on what sort of came through you. And yeah, so that was my understanding. And then one day, and I knew this for years, one day I stumbled upon the exhibit at the Guggenheim of Hilma af Klint. Do you know her?
Yes.
Hilma af Klint.
Yes.
Hilma af Klint is this magical person. She was in Sweden, she was born 18 something and lived till the 70s, I think. And Hilma af Klint is a Swedish woman who also had, actually she was in a group of people who asked for answers of the universe. They said, what is the spirit of the universe? And they did literally meditation sessions as circles of like 4 or 5 people. And then they did receive answers. Somebody was the medium that then drew, kind of almost in a trance state, drew lines of what was transmitted. And then she used those drawings and turned them into large and like big paintings.
Cool.
And so so basically this group confirmed that they were mediums that received messages, and she was like the main person that really took it all the way and created like these huge pieces. And they even built like a house as an altar or a temple for that. And when I saw all this, I said, oh my God, I said, I knew it. I knew it, that this is what it is. Some people are mediums and they can't shake it. You got to live with it somehow, because it's not always easy. And then you have all these people that say, oh, artists are lazy, or artists don't want to work, and artists don't want to do this, and artists that, and artists here. I'm going like, sorry, you're missing completely what we are going through. Yeah.
I'm dying to get a little closer to that piece that we were just at. I didn't really can.
This one,
I love this too. Actually, we can go closer. Is that yours? That's yours?
that's me too. My drips. There's a guy smoking.
I love it.
And you mean the other one?
Yeah, I never
This
really
one is
could.
like
Yeah, can I love it?
it's actually it's a wall. It's supposed to be. Let me see if I can pull it out. It's a whole mural, and
Oh,
I had offered someone who runs these shows to
I
do a
love.
mural on in a park. So this person ran events, or still does, these art fairs in a park. Sorry, like, okay. and we see it now. So it's still hidden behind this thing, but it is.
I love it. So
This is
it's
actually
movable.
really this is a really special piece
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
because so the mural reflects, you see actually that fountain there, and it is an island in the river here. Inside the Detroit River, there's an island, and it's called Belle Isle.
Wow.
And that's where the fair is. And the guy said he wants something that relates to the park.
Uh-huh.
And so we agreed on doing this theme where I create something that relates to the park, but this is, and I think this is a very significant piece of work, and I gotta actually still finish it. I created the foreground with my contemporary approach and technique with the drip. And
Yeah,
what he wanted is a scene, a people scene in the park. I suggested that we do people as a group standing together and taking a selfie, but
yeah,
he wanted the picnic. You know, the very traditional part paintings of
yeah.
picnics in the park, like from like 150 years ago. So I said, okay, I'll do the picnic, and these people here are sitting. You can't see the whole thing. There's like you see down there
Love it.
the picnic blanket with food, and this guy here is playing. Turn this.
Guitar. Yeah, I see
The
that.
guy is playing guitar, and then yes, my show the detail. Do you see details? So I started doing the grass with detail, but here I still gotta finish the backdrop. So my front piece was done in like 15 minutes, but the back takes days.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the
gorgeous.
difference of the old techniques and the new.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And
Oh my God, I
and
love
I
that.
like this juxtaposition. I love that I found this idea of the juxtaposition of the old approach of these park paintings versus the new, and
I
I need to
love
do
it.
more of that.
Yeah, you need to do more of
Yes,
that. That is so gorgeous. You had
that piece
you,
here,
yeah.
that one was actually from like it was from a live painting. It was like
Oh,
an
cool.
action piece. But yes, ask
You,
me your Frida questions.
yeah, so we have a Frida Kahlo in the Little Red and Vandal Wolf book, and I know this has been an inspiration for you for some time, or you were at least doing a series of those at one point. Um,
Yeah.
and I just wanted to ask you what inspired that? Like what I don't you're obviously still painting her because that was just a recent piece, that the one you just piled up?
No, no, that one is not recent, and I still every so often I do paint a Frida, but I had to actually push myself to stop painting a lot of Fridas because I did so much of her already.
Right. Yeah.
And my initial beginning about Frida, because I do portraits besides human observations and the human body and expression and all this, but I do portraits of people, or have done for a long time. And my mom was also a portrait painter. So I grew up learning about portraits.
Nice.
And so with my portrait series, I started, and this was a passionate idea and almost like a mission, and it's not ended. I wanted to do a Women Hall of Fame. Women who need to be celebrated more, women who have to be like, you have a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I want to have a Women Hall of Fame
Love
because
it.
we need to honor the many women that need to be appreciated even more, or who haven't been appreciated. But I
Yeah.
mean, Frida has been appreciated, but I had a lot of different people already in my series, and I wanted to create these larger paintings. So I did. You know what? I'm gonna use the stand and place the phone on it, so I don't have to keep holding it.
Okay. Nice.
Let's see. This is good. Good.
Beautiful.
Now my arm can rest. So my women paintings were either politicians, like women in politics, artists certainly, musicians, science, and also activists.
Wonderful.
I did an Angela Davis. I did Toni Morrison. Yeah, writers. Like I have several writers in my series. And yes, it should keep continuing. And I really should turn this into a movement where, first of all, we will need storage, we will need funding, and then I could invite a whole bunch of artists to paint their women pieces, and then it could become a traveling exhibit. Well, my process as artist, um, starting already from my inspirations are always either situations and matters that are important to me, and then you look for or these matters kind of find you as well. Like right now, our developments in politics are so disturbing that we need to start taking action. I feel compelled to take action. And yes, maybe a lot of people wouldn't because they want to be on the safe side, you know? That's one, but the human or humane aspects that I treat with my art are things that are just that are important to me throughout my life. Actually, behind us, you see a kind of religious motif.
Yeah.
That's not me. This is one of the art friends here, and he's very Christian. I'm not Christian, but he's Christian, so he always paints his Christian motifs with angels and holy family scenes, etc. In his very contemporary approach, or his approach of interpreting like classical techniques. But yeah, my inspirations are one, and then my process of creating work. I am very German, and what I mean with that is Europeans usually, or especially the Germans, were trained. We were trained to master the techniques. You need to be able to master all the artisan techniques of painting, of sculpting. You have to be good at all um, aspects of art making before you venture into whatever you want to create and do.
Nice.
So that's, in that sense, I have always been very inspired by mastering the traditions of painting before I then get into my own throwing paint or dripping, or like, spray painting also is a fairly new approach, I guess. Spray painting wasn't, we didn't have spray cans, or I mean, did we have compressors for airbrushes? It's a fairly new thing, right?
Yeah. 60s,
50
right?
years?
50, 60s.
Yeah, 60s, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, but it's not an ancient technique.
Yeah.
So that's a newer tradition, but I love it. And so, yeah, that's how I certain things I build up with like traditional techniques, and then I add my own touch to it. Or in fact, I have done, for example, with these drip drawings, drip paintings, where I pull lines, literally like pouring and seeing what develops, because you can try to control how the paint falls, but there's always a free fall and free development of what happens with the paint, which is an abstraction which I love. And that these drips I now have transferred onto walls. And the way that works is I look at the drip and I don't I sketch it, or I draw it onto the wall with the paintbrush or with the spray can, but the initial line was created with the drip. You can't drip on a vertical surface, but you
Right.
can transfer your drip onto the vertical, which is like, transferring from a small piece onto a large scale. Some people do like their rosters, or yeah, people have different ways of transferring. If your surface isn't extremely big, like a whole 5-story building, then you can do it kind of by hand. If you had a really large building, you have to project
Yeah.
in the dark and then trace it.
So do you always start your work with like, oh, I know what I'm doing, I'll use the abstractions to work with, or do you ever just start with a blank canvas and drip and then paint from what you drip? See the drips and then let those inspire you to create something out of those.
Oh, no, 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 not always. Like, if I want to use a drip to become a mural, that's when I like use my initial drip line and then transfer it onto a wall.
Right.
But so let's say generally my my process, or my way of working, it always starts with a sketch.
Okay.
So my sketches are the beginning, where I draw down even a concept, or it's almost like storyboarding, where you want to jot down what you're going to do or where you're going to place things. But also, like, I always start with my drawn concepts, and then I um yeah, develop from there.
That's awesome. Okay. And
And
just
I'm now, do you see the house? Like,
yeah,
it's so bright outside now, I don't even see much on
see
the,
a little bit. I see a
there
little
we
bit of the
go.
house behind. Yeah.
Yes. So the house is behind me, and you also see that tent. There's a
Yeah.
stage. I have a
Oh,
stage.
cool.
And now I'm going to show you, I even have, can you see it? I have a container.
I
I
see it.
just finally bought this container,
Ooh.
and now I will have a real studio.
Oh,
A studio that doesn't need steps and stairs to get in and out, and that has like these big gates.
nice.
And in fact, I'm gonna walk to the sculpture. So I've been using my stage for outdoor work, because like this piece, I'm gonna turn around now. Um, and I see this piece is a large sculpture. Can you see it?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Right. There's too much bright light. Yeah, it's a large sculpture
Wow.
that is styrofoam, and I've been working outside. I couldn't bring this through the door if I created it inside. So you
Wow.
have to have it in a place where you can transport, like, this, I have to do it outside, or then I can keep it in that studio once I'm fully moving into that studio. But yeah,
Is, is that a
um,
goal to have like the yard filled with sculptures too?
yes,
Oh,
I'm working on my art park.
yes.
I have various plans, and the thing is, now I found where I can get the styrofoam here in Michigan, which is perfect. And so now I really have to execute and do a lot of the pieces that were already planned. Can you see this?
Yeah,
There
what is that?
is, this one is a face
Oh, wow.
that I made in wood, and the wood, trying to see how well you can see it. So this piece
Oh, cool.
is a wooden sculpture, and it already sits on a platform that I also created so that it can be, like, off the ground and not
Oh,
in the soaking wet.
that is
Yeah,
amazing.
and so this sculpture was done with, here, lattice. I'm trying to see what you can see.
I can
The
see it. Yeah.
lattice.
Yeah.
from construction. The neighbor house pulled out all their walls, and the lattice became my material. But I need to say, to cut all this into the fitting pieces is so much work that I'm going to finish it with larger planks.
Ah,
It's too much work with the small
yeah.
pieces. Yeah,
That's so cool. Wow, it says you're really like
that's,
expanding on all the materials you're using, you having the space to
oh
be able
yeah,
to do it.
yeah. This is what we have here. We have space, we have green,
You're
we
making
can
me want
plant.
to come move to Detroit.
Well, come for a visit first.
Yeah, I will. I would love to. I've
And
never
look,
been there.
oh my God, come. I have plenty of rooms where people can stay.
That's so
And so what you see here is a wall that I built also with like two panels of OSB, like the wood, and it's 4x8. And so this is
amazing.
my practice wall when I teach people spray painting.
Ah,
And
that's
exactly.
awesome.
Yeah, so that's one. And behind me now, I see it that you see my fence. I had to
Yeah,
start a fence.
yeah.
So with the same principle of this practice wall, I created a huge fence and we now have a mural project. We
Ah,
have a call for mural painters
uh-huh.
and we will paint on April 19th and 20th.
Oh, wonderful. Wait, on
Yeah.
the fence? On the fence you're painting?
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
There's
cool.
all that mural space.
That's
I'm
amazing.
gonna walk. I'm gonna walk to one, and all this here is all my land. I
Wow.
bought I bought my side lots. If you have parcels next to your house
Oh, that's cool.
that
That
were
piece
basically
behind you is really
abandoned,
cool. This
yeah,
is awesome.
this is Ashley Worden, and she did she does a lot of graphic work, and she did these wheat pastes. I don't know
I
you
love
see with
those.
the yeah, and this is someone who just showed up, and you're gonna get more of that, right? You're gonna get a lot of people that just want to paint, but I put out the call and I even numbered my panels. So we're like really organized. Here is I can't see anything in my phone, but can you see this
Yes. Yes.
murals?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I have put out and I'm gonna push more, but we already have like 10, 12 submissions.
That's awesome.
And yeah,
Wow.
so we can have a lot of fun and then we can do our parties. We've
That's
been
amazing.
doing parties with the stage I have here. I've been doing parties.
That's awesome. It's very, very cool. So I have one
And
last question for you. Or actually, I
you
have
see the
two.
cats?
What's that?
Yeah. Did you see the cats there? I can't see what's showing on the
I
screen
couldn't see
because
the
it's so
cat.
bright.
No. Oh, I see it behind you
Okay.
now.
One,
Yeah.
two, three, right there. You see them?
Yeah, I see that one.
Oh, fourth. The fourth one was
Oh,
sitting there. They understand that they can get some food here, so
they're
they're
like,
like,
where's
whatever.
that house? That's the one with all the weird stuff, the painting everywhere. We gotta go. That's the one.
Exactly.
That's the cat
Exactly.
mama. So just a couple more questions I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
Have you ever felt like you feel like the pressure to have to explain what your work, or do you just allow it to speak for itself?
I remember seeing that you wanted to know. Yes. I am a big fan. It started with me as a teenager loving in performance art the mimes. Do you remember pantomimes?
Yeah, of course.
Mimes.
Yeah.
So the mimes kind of there's a French, I forgot his name, but it was a very famous French mime who like showed up everywhere and was also in all these circus shows. But the mimes who are expressing everything with facial expression and body expression, they don't need words. And I also have always loved the factor that you can explain something without words because there's all these languages internationally. And if internationally people understand from the symbolism or the gestures or the visual expression, if they can read it, we don't need the words to describe. So in that sense, I'm a fan of that. But I also do understand that it helps people when an artist talks about the work or does give descriptions,
Yeah.
because some people really enjoy to see, or people have their own interpretation, but it's always nice to see additional explanations that will help the viewer to understand better,
Right.
or just to understand.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
and I'm fan of both, you know.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. So what's next? What's next in your creative journey besides these beautiful, you introduced the mural fence, which I love. That's amazing. Is there
Yeah.
anything else that people should be looking out for?
Yes, I want to push again my sculptural work. And yeah, you see, let's see if you see her, like this is a larger piece. I want to create a lot of large sculptures with either the styrofoam and fiberglass cover, or with wood or even metal. I want to create a lot of pieces, and like the house that has a nose, I will add ears, eyes, and the lips this year, very soon. And then here you see, for example, here is a leg.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna put it, it's not finished, but I'm gonna place this leg. So, for example, that legs or hands or parts can stick out of houses. I like that, and I want to insist on finding people that want a leg, or oh, whatever sticking out of the house, or maybe even a skull. Like I kind of want to see people getting pieces that they can add as architectural elements to their house.
I love it.
So that's one thing I want to insist on. And I'm going to present my parts and pieces at different shows, and try to promote it and keep building a body of work, because to create a body of work is a lot of work, hours and hours and days and months. Yep.
Yeah,
And the necessary money to do it, which you always have your side hustles of jobs that bring in some money.
yeah.
So
It
all that.
seems like you're doing really well there, though, to be able to have
Thank you.
these parties and all these plans and actions. It seems like I know when you were in Bushwick, you were always having to deal with community members or I felt like you had struggled with some of the people that like you had big plans and you were always implementing them, but there wasn't always you didn't have the creative freedom that I feel like you have now. You have more of that, it feels like.
Yeah, and you know what? Again, people in society, we all have to figure out how to get along. And yes, right now I have a certain creative freedom that can change. It
Yeah.
can change. I shouldn't even say it, because that is almost like, let's just not even pronounce it. But you never know. You never know until a city decides, oh, you can't have that nose on your house, or like whatever.
Right. Well,
We gotta move fast before they show up.
yeah.
But
Sure.
no, I'm and actually I did have a job last year. I took a position with this group that's not even far from here. It is the Detroit Parade Company. And the Detroit Parade Company makes these gigantic figures on floats. It's a different style of parade than New York. It kind of could compare to the Thanksgiving parade with the big like balloons, but they do floats and they have these gigantic figures in styrofoam on these floats, and I worked with them. So now I really know every detail in how to structure the skeletons of figures, how to have somebody weld me the right skeleton, how to insert it, how to fasten the styrofoam with the steel structure. So now I know how to create very solid um, skeletons and connecting plates for anything of these like structures that I want to mount onto buildings.
That's amazing.
It's good. Yeah, I'm very happy I had that experience, so I'm now ready to like strike.
That's awesome. Well, this has been amazing. I'm so grateful for you being a part of Little Red and Vandal Wolf and just sharing your house, studio, and all your plans, your artistic plans, and you're such an amazing talent and person to you're
Mm-mm.
inspiring in so many ways. Um, and people, oh, look at that. Oh my
Ah,
God.
that's the car, and the car has a nose now too.
That's
Car
awesome.
has a nose, and this car right now is an octopus vehicle.
I love it. That's amazing. So cool.
Well, thank you for having me part of your wonderful initiative.